Hello, amazing people. I trust you're doing great. I trust you're keeping well. So, I just want to quickly share something that's on my heart. I got back from church, and that's why I'm dressed this way. So, anytime you watch this, you get to watch this, and I get to post it first of all. So, anytime I get to post this and you get to watch it, so don't be surprised I'm dressed this way. This is how I dress to church, as we're mandated to dress today to church in celebration of Nigerians' independence. So that's why I'm dressed this way. I just thought, why not use the opportunity to share these thoughts that is in your heart. So I'm going to start with a story, and it will lead up to what exactly I want to share.
Welcome to Mimi's Musings, a place where inspiration flourishes and positivity blossoms.
In 2020, we decided I wanted to get the prepaid meter fixed in our family house. And so my dad said, oh, there's this church member of his who works in the electricity distribution company, who is a staff there. And so we decided to do it through her. She said she could help. And so, because my dad is not in Lagos, he decided to send the money through my account, and I in turn sent it to her account. And the purpose was also for me to be able to monitor things. I mean, since I'm in Lagos and my dad is not here, he just comes in every now and then. And that began a journey of 2 years. 2 years without the meter and the money. And it went on and on, one excuse upon another. It was just excuses, lies, trying to manipulate us. We weren't just getting what we wanted. The meter was not forthcoming, neither were we getting the money back from this woman. So after waiting for almost 2 years, I met somebody, another person who works in the distribution company, the electricity distribution company, somebody that I knew back in university. And this person now told us, oh, we could do this like this, and helps us with the process. And in less than a month, we got it. So we had to pay again. That's the bottom line of everything. And I was going to let go of the money like I wanted. My dad had even let go of it. And I was like, okay, it's true. Let's let go of the money. Because the human kept giving us the impression that it was not our fault. But I spoke to two different people that work in the electricity distribution company, and they said, the woman should return your money back. If she's not getting the meter for you, then she should return it. I said, And what also informed my decision to want to get the money back, especially since it came through my account and I've been the one monitoring it, was my dad said that she wasn't picking his calls. I mean, because my dad too was trying from where he was trying to also monitor it. And so when I heard that, I was like, how do you collect money from somebody? You don't give the person what they want and you ghost them. I mean, just as we say in this generation. So I remember waking up on this day and I said, God, today I'm going to try to get this money. And I said, Lord, I'm going to fight. Those were my words when I was praying. I said, angels of God, back me up. Just help me get this money back. And so when I got there, I decided that I was going to be assertive and I was going to get my money back that day. So I wasn't listening, I was forcing. And while all of that was going on, when I got there, the woman was not there. I went to her office, yes. And that was not my first time of going. But anytime you go, it's always one excuse or the other. No outcome, no positive outcome. And while I was fussing about the whole thing, the woman walked in. Our colleagues were trying to say, no, don't shout too much. They did not want to get the manager's attention, but I wasn't there for any jamboree. I just wanted the money back. And so this woman walked in and started acting like she did not recognize me. Wow, that really got me angry again. I'm like, really? I mean, you are acting like you don't recognize me. No problem. In the course of all of that, we got the manager's attention, and long and short of it was that I got the money back, and I got the money to the last kobo. And I remember her saying that, you are the first person I'll ever refund money to. I said, well, that's your business. I did not dash you the money. We didn't dash you the money. So yes, it's either you give us the meter or you give us back the money. And since we've gotten meter somewhere else and it's been 2 years, we don't want again. Give us back our money. And because she was not happy with my action and all of that, she now started going about telling people, trying to spoil me before her colleagues. And then she made a particular statement and she said, who married this one? Who married this one? And I laughed. And I remember the day I collected the money, I was walking out of the office gate and she just ran after me. Hey, she wants to talk to me. She wants to talk to me. And I said, about what? I mean, I was wondering, what do you want to talk about? The audacity. I just collected my money and that's all I want. Just leave me alone. And she said, I want to talk to you. You have anger. Before she finished landing, she wanted to say you have anger issues. Before she finished landing, I said, madam, I don't have anger issues. The only reason I acted that way is because if I did not do that, you would not have refunded the money back. What you did was wrong. And that is why I acted the way I acted. I had to be assertive about it. I had to force about it. If not, I wouldn't have gotten the money back. And I was just reflecting on that statement she made. And I said to myself, if it were to be a man, somebody my age, who did what I did, that woman would not make that statement. She would not say, who will marry this one? Say, which woman will marry this one? Neither will she claim that he has anger issues. She may not have been happy with his actions, but that is where it will end. She won't say anything about him. And that leads me to the reason I'm making this video. There's this particular quote I love a lot. It's one of my favorite quotes. In fact, it's my favorite quote. Well-behaved women rarely make history. I saw the quote in a book I read about 7 years ago, and it just stayed in my spirit that way. And I've gotten a lot of reaction anytime I put up the quote, especially from women. Hey, why will you say women should not be well behaved? Are you saying they should be badly behaved? Someone said, I'll be well behaved and I'll make history and all of that. And I had one recently, and that's why I said, you know what, let me just make a video about this. And this is exactly why that quote is being made. That well-behaved women who conform to societal standards, will not make history. They will not be all that God has called them to do. Because whether you like it or not, women especially, the society holds them to unrealistic and unfair standards. There's a way society thinks a woman should behave, especially if you come from this part of the world I come from. In fact, from when a female is a young girl, every of her activities and actions are monitored and being subjected to whether she's fit for a man, whether she's fit for a man to marry her. A young girl makes a mistake and the next thing you hear is, is this how you behave in your husband's house? Is this how you do when you get married? Nobody will marry you like this if you continue behaving this way. And from when a woman is a young girl, she's been told indirectly that a man is the price and everything she has to do has to be for that man. Everything she has to do has to be to please the man. And these standards are really unrealistic. I'm saying that when women continue to adhere to the standards that society has put for them, they will not do all the things that God has called them to do. Because society will always have unrealistic standards for women. There's always a way they want a woman to behave. And in fact, it's from when she's a young child. You will see two different children, female children, different personalities. One is bold, assertive, one speaks up, when she does not like what is being done to her, or when something happens, she's the one that will speak up. And there's one who is just quiet and all of that. And the next thing you see, this one said, who are her parents, who is treating her, who is raising her. And you see the other ones, come on, very well behaved. You see, if you ask her to sit here, she will sit here. If you ask her to go here, she will go here. If you as a woman keep listening to all these things, if you keep adhering to all the standards because you want somebody to say you are well behaved, you will never do all the things that God has called you to do. And that's what I'm about. And that's what I always tell women. If you keep following societal standards, the rules and the regulations that have been set for you as a woman, you will never become all that God has called you to do. You won't break any glass ceiling. The women of the Bible, if they cared, most of them, go and read. That's why they made history. If they cared what people would think about them, if they cared what society would think about them, because you read them in the Bible and you even have opinions about them. So just imagine they were in your generation. You will not have nice things to say about them. But yet these women made history, and mostly because of their intentions. Some of their behaviors here, you even say, this thing should not be done. No, 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 it's not acceptable. And yes, you are right. But because of their intentions, because of how conscious of destiny they were, God gave them a pass mark. Some of them found themselves in the lineage of Jesus. They weren't perfect women. They weren't women you will applaud. As a woman, if you keep succumbing to societal standard, you will never be all that God has called you to be. Because there's a lot that society expects of you. And these things have really stopped women. You see that from when a woman was a young girl, it had been ingrained in her head that, once you just go to school, you come out, you're just supposed to get married, have children. So when you see a woman who decides that, oh no, a young woman who says, no, I want to leave university and further my education, I want to go for my master's, I want to do this, I want to do that, you hear a lot of discouragement, sadly, from women that should be encouraging her to live out her full potential. You hear things like, hey, you have to be careful. Hey, don't be too ambitious as a woman so that you can get a man to marry you. If you are too successful, a man may not marry you. And then we also have women who are successful, who keep being tagged as a prostitute, as a shewo, as runs girls, as call girls, as that one man, one chief, one senator is sponsoring her. Hardworking women. I'm thankful for the women in this generation who do not care, who just keep going all out to live out their full potential. But there are still many women who still care, who still want to be clapped for by the society as a well-behaved woman. I'm just here to tell you that if you keep on that path, you will never live out your full potential. You will never step into destiny. You will never live audaciously. You will never live boldly. You will never live fiercely. You will never live how God intends for you to live. And all the things that God wants you to do, the dreams, the visions, you will never be able to do them. So you've got to choose. You've got to choose if you'll be well behaved by societal standards, or you will do what God has called you to do, even if it's not applauded by the society. Even if how you will do it is not applauded by the society. Even if the society thinks that this is not how a woman should behave, you will do it. Just like I said in my story, there was nothing wrong with what I did. You collected money from me. You didn't do what I said you should do with the money. I said I wanted the product. You didn't give me. I said, okay, refund my money back. And you were, trying to play me. And I decided to be assertive about it. I said, okay, I want my money by force. And then you start to try to gaslight me. But you will never do that to a man. So I just thought to put that out there. That woman, wake up. Wake up and be all God has called you to be. If you keep waiting for the society to, curate rules that you'll be able to fit in to live your full potential, you will wait forever. And that way you will never make history. Making history does not mean that the whole world will celebrate you. In that little corner, as long as you did what God has called you to do, let me tell you, you'll be celebrated because you will impact lives. And those lives will get to celebrate you. Generations to come will feel your impact and they will get to celebrate you. They will hear about you. And if you decide to live a nominal life, then don't expect to make history. You don't even deserve to make history. So I changed that quote from well-behaved women rarely make history to well-behaved women do not deserve to make history. Yes, you do not. If you decide to live a nominal life, if you decide to live according to the societal standards, then you don't deserve to make history. Somebody who chose to live out on the limb, chose to live on the edge, chose to take risk and be all that God has called them to be, do all that God has called them. You want you and them who did nothing, you who did nothing and them to receive the same reward. That will be unfair. And God is not unfair. So you get to choose. It's your choice. God bless you.